Hey there, Mansville artists. Let's start our first holiday project of the season. This week, I'm going to teach you how to draw this really fun Santa portrait. Here's a couple that I've already done. Today, I'm going to walk you through the steps on how to draw Santa using very simple lines and shapes. So let's get out our art supplies and figure out the things that we need, and let's do this together. So the first thing you're going to need is a piece of paper. I'm working on a bigger piece, but you can use whatever size you have available. You can work on copy paper, the thick, heavy paper that you may have gotten from me, or just anything you can find. You'll also need a pencil. You might even want to trace your drawing with a Sharpie later, but you don't have to. Something to color with is your last material. You can use crayons. You could even use watercolor paints if you have them. Let's get started. If I'm going too fast throughout the video, you can pause, you can ask for help from a grown-up or parent, and just do your best. Your drawing does not have to look exactly like mine. In fact, I don't want it to. I want yours to look unique to you. That's what makes art so special. When our work is different from others, that's what makes it unique and different. So let's get started. I think I'm going to draw with a Sharpie so that you can see at home better. The first step that we're going to do is to draw Santa's hat. Let's start with this fluffy cotton at the base of his hat. We're going to use a cloud line, which is a very bumpy line, to draw the fluff. You're going to stop about there. I left some space here, and I left some space here. Let's create a shape out of this by drawing another cloud shape line underneath. There we go. The top of Santa's hat will be quite big, and we're going to use a rainbow line for that. Starting right here at the edge, let's draw a rainbow line that goes up. Let's bring it down, and let's bring it down farther than where the cotton is showing. That way we can make it look like Santa's hat is kind of hanging off the side. After you draw your rainbow line, we're going to pick back up here, make another rainbow curve line, and touch it back up to the cotton. Let's finish it off with a little puffball at the end of Santa's hat. This can be a circle, or some students even like to do another cloud shape to make it look like fluff. That's Santa's hat. Now let's go ahead and draw his face. You do not have to do the same exact drawing that I'm doing. You can always make changes if you want. Let's start with his nose right here. Santa's nose is going to be an oval shape. Remember, where you place the nose is really important because we want to make sure we have room up here for his eyes and lots of room down here for his big beard. His nose is here. Now, if you've ever seen somebody with a beard, you know that they most always have a big mustache to go along with it. Let's draw two rainbow lines off to the side of Santa's nose. Another cloud line will make it look nice and puffy. There's Santa's mustache. Okay, now let's go ahead and create the top part of his face. Remember, if this is going too fast for you, just hit the pause button. We have a weird space right here that we need to close up to create Santa's face. We need a line right here, one curved line, another here, two curved lines. Santa needs some ears. One, two. Now the eyes, I think, are some of the most fun things to draw when you're drawing a character or a portrait. The eyes really tell a lot about the character and how they're feeling. So in this one, I added a little bit of a white twinkle to his eyes, and in this one, I just wanted him to look cool, so I drew sunglasses. You can decide and draw whatever type of eyes you want. It's completely up to you. You are the artist. I think I'm going to go simple here and maybe do two oval shapes. One, two. Don't worry if they're not exactly the same size or shape. It doesn't have to be perfect. And then I'm going to make my Santa looking kind of up and off into the distance. So I'll draw his pupil right here. Color that in. And I think I'll draw some fluffy eyebrows sneaking out. There we go. All right, there's Santa's eyes. let's go ahead and draw his big beard. Starting right here at the edge of the mustache, go ahead and draw another big fluffy cloud line. And this you want to make nice and big. Santa has a really big beard. Okay, so I drew my big cloud line that goes almost to the bottom of my paper, reaches back up to the mustache. Now, the mouth of Santa is another area that you can choose to create your own way. You do not have to do the same thing as me. So go ahead and draw a mouth however you want. I think I'll draw just a simple mouth. I'm going to start with a line and then a curved line to create a half circle shape. A straight line will create his teeth, and then I think I'll do an M shape to make his tongue. When I think of Santa, I think of a happy, jolly man, and so I wanted to make sure that my Santa portrait is showing a nice big smile. Go ahead and color this space in black to show the back of his mouth. And we only have one more step. The last step will be to create Santa's shoulders. To do that, all you have to do is just draw two curved lines that touch the bottom of your paper. I don't have a lot of room here, so I'm just gonna boop, pop it right off the edge. And that is my Santa drawing. It's that easy. So, when you are done drawing your Santa, if you'd like to trace it with a Sharpie, you absolutely can, or you can skip that step and go right to coloring. I really only chose a couple colors. I chose red for his shirt, his tongue, and his hat. I chose pink for a little bit of a rosy cheek and a little bit of a rosy nose. And then I chose a peach color for his skin. So, like I said, you can use any supply you want to color your Santa. You can use markers, colored pencils, crayons, paint if you want to. Anything that you have is perfect as long as you're creating and practicing and having fun. Whoop, I broke my crayon. That's okay, broken crayons still color. So I am going to stop here and I'm going to have you go ahead and color your portrait. And that's our word for today, guys. The word portrait is a really important art word, and it's something that I want you to remember. A portrait in art is a picture, painting, drawing of a person, or it can even be an animal. So that's a word that I want you to remember. When you're coloring your Santa portrait, make sure you're taking your time, going slow and steady, and as always, doing your absolute best. Please take a photo or have a grown-up help you take a photo of your project and go ahead and send it to me right in your Google Classroom, or even have your parent email it to me. I always want to see your work and see what you're doing at home. I'll see you soon, guys. I hope you have fun with this lesson. Happy holidays.